Welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2024 PDGA Junior Disc Golf World Championships from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are back here at the Twin Bridges course for this PDGA Major Round 1 back nine action. Ace Run Productions bringing you this coverage on behalf of the PDGA. Once again in the booth, I'm Felix Vega, joined by the multi-time major winner herself, Jennifer Allen.
And we saw a very difficult front nine. Excited to see what the back nine brings us. Some incredible putting so far from this group of women.
A little bit of a change on the back nine. If you saw the front nine, lots of trees, much more open on the back half of this course. And you're going to see here starting on hole 10, this 315-foot par 3 moving left to right.
A lot of slope to this course. We've seen angles on fairways and greens, so another sloping fairway. Gonna bring us down to the basket that is a little flatter. You can see it does drop off right behind the basket.
Yeah, a little bit of water there if you go too far there. Just as close to the boat ramp there where they launched the boats out this particular property. Ida getting things started here with the backhand turnover.
And just not quite the angle. She needed to turn that over just a little bit more. Would have been a beautiful drive. She's still going to have a look. Such great pop out of the hand. Again, just not getting the turn. And you would expect, she does get the roll.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that'll help or hurt, but you kind of expect, I think, in the back of your head that with the angle of the fairway, your disc is going to naturally turn a little more to the right than usual. Not showing it here. All the girls' discs still holding their hyzer. Rebecca getting the best roll so far. Edge of circle 1. This forehand turned over to get that extra distance. Tag in the building.
Virginia through a wall of trees here and gets clipped down early. Not really much of a line at all there.
I was going to say, I saw nothing for her to poke through there. Smart little layup. With that water just looking right behind. Mm-hmm. She didn't want anything to do with it.
Virginia, what she has left for her par, it's still lots in the way.
Up and over the top.
Unbelievable.
Count it. Virginia with a huge circle 2 par save. Those are the fun ones, when you have to putt over something. Incredible putt.
Long bit here as well for Rebecca.
Oh my gosh.
This is
We're
incredible.
Continuing just like we left off on the front nine of round 1. These women continue to show us that they are putting in all the work it takes to just step right up to FPO. Jot down some of these names here.
Hole 11, a little bit of a shorter one here, 260-foot par 3.
Again, same kind of looking fairway, drastic drop off down to the right. This basket has a little more guardian to it, a little more defense coming from some of these trees. More of an obstructed green than we've seen on most of the holes.
A little bit of a closer field to hole 8 in terms of the actual green on this one.
Mm-hmm. And that was a difficult hole. So let's see if they are ready on 11 for some tight. Yeah, we got cut up. Hopefully she poked through just a little bit there. Ida, one of our 50 international players coming in from Norway.
Pretty good line there. Didn't quite turn it. Maybe got a little scared seeing how much Rebecca's disc turned earlier. That's a bit low out of the hand for Virginia. It's going to cut roll back into the fairway.
That might not be a bad spot. Sometimes just being on the open, even though it's short, allows you to get up to the basket more than trying to get the distance. So she might enjoy that layup. Yep. But look at the gap to get in.
It's almost non-existent. It's very tight there.
This is where you're like, maybe we could have cut one or two more.
Yeah.
I'm not really for cutting down beautiful alive trees, but
Great shot.
Virginia says no trimming needed. I can do it.
Rebecca's got a sneaky hyzer putt route there and gets up to the green herself for the par look.
I would have to imagine there were 0 birdies on this. This is just a guess.
There were some, but not many.
Wow. So laying up for par, not a bad decision. Ooh, she I think had a layup in her mind, but still gave it a run.
Yeah, when you're young, you run everything. 16% birdies on the field, so more than I would have thought on this one.
Wow, this looked like a very difficult green.
And Virginia's sticking to the routine, even on the short putts, making sure she executes. All right, we're on to hole 12, the first of what I like to call Jennifer Allen specials. Wide open, straight up to gut 375. Have at it.
And look at that beautiful Oklahoma sunset there. Like, this is so picture perfect Oklahoma with the bridges and the towers in the back. 375 feet. Get it out there. Nice big hyzer. Actually, you can do whatever you want. There's so much room to work. Wide open green. I feel like these girls deserve a hole like this right now. And we know that they can throw far.
Yeah, we have the distance champion here in the FJ18, Rebecca Dawn.
Some huge distances from most of the juniors out there in the distance competition prior to starting this event.
You saw some of the MJ18 and 15 throwing 500, 600, 700 feet?
700 feet won it for MJ18. Over 700 feet.
That's crazy. It's Anthony Barella numbers.
Right.
Virginia taking the hyzer line on over.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Getting a little bit of a skip. And I was going to say, she tends to, when she's trying to throw just a little bit farther, Chloe does have the tendency to turn that over.
That one shorted a little bit, but she's made so many putts in that range. See in the background there's Zach Melton and Jackie Morris joining along.
I was going to say, if Chloe's putt had wobble to it, we call her little mini me own, but her putt is very solid.
Ooh,
that was another great bid.
Virginia here with the look for the birdie.
And you see that nice high release on all of Virginia's putts, dropping down at the basket, guaranteeing not a very long comeback.
Yeah.
Dead center.
There you go. Continues to hit the chains there, Chloe. Such an impressive putt. And hole 12 did not see a single birdie on the day.
I think it needed to be just maybe that 25 feet closer, just a hair too long, but still a great fun hole, allowing them to throw some nice distance shots.
Another distance shot with a little bit more trickery off the tee here. Par 3, hole 13, 365 feet.
Yeah, making sure that you keep that drive low and straight, maybe getting a little turn to it to continue on the distance up to the basket, which does have a pretty sloped green. Pick your poison, uphill or downhill putt.
Low ceiling here really makes you get the disc down and on the line.
Yeah,
like
look
that.
at that though. So flat and perfect.
Get up there.
And still gets the skip. So 10 feet shorter and a little more of a down slope off the tee. Hopefully we'll get these girls a little bit more of a attackable birdie putt.
Ida getting it out there in the open. She'll have a relatively easy up and down for her. Virginia.
One hanging branch. I was just thinking I would be on the left side of this tee and going for that more open, bigger gap there on the right. So remember, that tee pad's yours. You can take any angle at it.
Big forehand there for
Huge.
Chloe.
Finally getting the angle right to get full distance. She didn't really need it on those first 9 holes.
Yeah.
They were short and wooded. Perfect.
Virginia just plays such a steady game. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, very few mistakes. Reminds me like when I had to play with Dez so many years. You know, you never saw Dez making a mistake on the course.
Yeah.
I think the first time I saw her in the trees, I took a picture of her. I'm not kidding. Like proof you do go in there.
Ida with a nice bid there. Uphill lets you run it. There's not too much of a roll away danger there with that mulch kind of stopping the green or the disc.
I don't know. I see hitting the concrete, jump, roll, like all the negative thoughts. Not from Rebecca. Such a great birdie. Big uphill putt.
Getting the only birdie on the day on this hole.
Nice. There's that downhill look. Taps it in.
Solid putting all day for Virginia. Continues here on 13. And a couple of tap-ins to close out the hole. Come to hole 14. This one a little more tricky. 345 feet. OB road on the left.
Yeah, definitely bringing in the trees again. So pick your gap. Are you going to throw it straight or put a little bit of turn on it? Maybe the hyzer over there on the right. You see the OB markings there along the left side. So bringing in, that's really kind of the first major OB line we've seen on this entire course besides the river.
Yeah.
So I like this hyzer gap here on the right, and she takes it.
Just
perfect.
Under that branch. Get some skip, and does.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot. This grass out here was cut low, and once you cut it low, it's dead for the rest of the summer.
Ida going right up the middle, a little low, getting some skip there at the end of her flight, and getting a little close to that OB.
Yeah. Definitely a more dangerous gap taking that inside line, because if it does get any skip or ground play, it's typically going to go to the left for these right-hand backhand throwers. So the outside gap is going to kind of prevent you from going OB a little more. I was wondering if we'd see this beautiful forehand, get some skip off the road. Come on!
Well, just a dead skip.
And
Keeps
that's
OB.
very unfortunate, because she's going to have to take that back where it originally crossed out.
Yeah, she's way back here still by the first set of trees, and this one hyzering back over and is going to be OB again.
She's such a great round, like so many highlights. So unfortunate she's had 2 very rough holes that really take away from how well she played.
Yeah, overall, it's been so solid, but just 2 holes have done her in. Still has this left to try to get up and down.
Get it. Oh.
Floating it up there, Virginia with a look for the birdie here.
And smart as usual.
Rebecca with a birdie look. Staring down that OB. Ooh, just a bit low there.
It's nice to see that they're human and they miss occasionally.
Yeah.
Because that's really about the first misses we've seen from these girls. Even though they were in circle too.
And a couple of tap-ins here is going to close out hole 14 as we get ready to head to the closing stretch. All right, hole 15. This is the signature hole here at Twin Bridges, Triple Mando.
Triple Mando, and you better keep it straight the entire flight of the disc, or you're going to be plinkoing back and forth and hopefully not out of bounds. You can see that OB close all along the left side and even looks like inside circle 1 on that green. So very difficult hole, even coming in at 255.
Yeah, the Triple Mando is just the first span of the bridge itself. Once you clear that, you're fine if you kick left or right, as long as you don't go out of bounds.
Wow.
What a line.
Wow. Laced it. Beautiful drive, Rebecca. And I was just thinking to myself, this would be, a shot that we would throw mids or putters as FPO. So I was thinking, are these girls going to have to step up to a fairway or a driver, meaning that they're going to have more play at the end? But no, these girls are throwing mids. And this holding exactly what a mid does. Nice and straight. Little early release. Still trying to shake off that unfortunate last hole there. She does not miss the Mando, so playing it as it lies, that's going to get her up there to save the par.
Great recovery shot there.
Getting a little bit of a gallery on day 1, Tuesday. I guess they are juniors, so parents have to show up, huh?
Yeah. That's the best gallery to have, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it looks like the basket just a little higher. She was just a little downhill. Kind of gives it that flat feel of a green, but you can see there is a little bit of elevation to it from where these girls are putting from.
Great putt.
Ida correcting that, taking it a few links higher.
2 birdies so far on the group. This to save the par. Beautiful save for Chloe after hitting early.
I love that her nerves have not been shook. 2 really rough holes, and she just gathers her composure so well.
There's Kevin McCoy in the background.
Oklahoma OG.
The last of the long holes here. Hole 16 is a par 4, 525 feet.
Par 4, open fairway off the tee. Gonna come around here again. You can see the OB falling all along the road here on the left. Very difficult where it kind of curves back to the left. So hoping that a lot of these drives kind of land there on the left side to open up the right approach to the basket. Also some OB line there on the right side as well. So tricky par 4.
You can hear some of the raindrops. We had some weather move in just for this hole.
Yeah, if the humidity wasn't high enough, we want to bring you a full Oklahoma experience where you might get all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah. All you need is a ripping wind and we're good to go.
Yeah, and that's usually a guarantee here of 10 to 15.
Virginia smokes that one right up the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, playing the elevation of the hill, getting a little extra distance. This one turning, we need a little more hyzer back.
Clips early there on that tree clump on the right.
And they're really kind of playing it smart because you see the hole goes down to the left. So these girls playing it up on the right, trying to get it down.
Oh, I don't think that's going to come back in time, and it is not.
No, and I really feel like she is learning this forehand and really getting in tune with it, because when she wants that extra distance, she really pulls it hard, trying to get that own drive on her.
Yes.
So I don't know if Own is her idol. Her putting looks identical to Own besides the wobble.
Yeah.
Chloe's as clean as can be, but really trying to crank it over. And Own is very unique that she is able to do that. Oh, I see OB whiskers. Come on.
Oh, it's in it.
That is such a mean OB area. I'm going to say that shouldn't be OB. Little high.
It's one of the first big forehands we've seen from her, though.
It was. She had good distance on it. Just the release angle a little off there. Now, I want to see if Chloe, if we gave her like one of Own's destroyers or something, like if she could
stable.
get a little more come back on the end there. Virginia with a beautiful turn, staying safe, gonna get the birdie look. Cutting this hole up into pieces like you should.
Clean forehand there for Chloe.
Another one just knifing it in there. That one was perfect.
Distracting hole too. You've got so much going on with the traffic.
And I'm wondering if, you know, again, so we'll go over some rules here. If she wanted to, she could have taken that a little further back, giving her a little more open look, but she doesn't need it. She's got that forehand, taking the Toro right towards the basket. Boom!
Getting the birdie.
Yeah, drop it. It looks like a free throw or a 3-point.
Yes.
You know, she gives up so high, just boom, dropping in at the exact time it needs to.
One of 4 birdies on the day on this hole.
I love the variety that this course has offered us. We had really tight. We had some long open fairways, some placement shots on this hard par 4.
Yeah.
This is for a world title. We need to test all skill levels, and we have seen some great skills here on this first round.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to correct myself. There's only 1 birdie on the day on this hole.
And that was it.
That was it.
All right, there's that Oklahoma well. 215 foot, 17 is a par 3. I believe the actual blue well is in Catoosa, Oklahoma on a nice little pond, and I do believe they have a golf course there as well. I never did make it out, but I love that they brought it to this course as well.
I was trying to figure out what the whale thing is because we see the big giant one that we drive by, and then we see this one on the
so that was in
course.
Catoosa, I believe, Oklahoma. Okay. And it's been there, I think, since the state was brought into action. Right? I don't know how I never have made it out there. I'll try to go out this week. Check it off the list.
Beautiful drive there we saw from Virginia. She's right up against the concrete barriers there. Rebecca a little further right.
Yeah, and so after a couple of really long holes, we're having to dial it back to 15. We know these girls have the distance, but now having to find the touch, dropping down. I mean, these girls crush, so they could probably get there with a putter.
Oh, unfortunate skip right off of the concrete.
Oh, such a pretty drive. There it is.
That's about one of the smoothest backhands we've seen as she hits the base.
That's going to get her out over the tail there. Nice tail look. Oh, looked like it could go in the mouth. I like this hole. We need animals on every putting basket. You know, Tulsa is such a fun city. A lot for these juniors to do all week. At 3 of the courses that they play, the Hawks are all there together, Black Hawk, Red Hawk, and White Hawk. It's in the parking lot of the Tulsa Zoo. So these kids getting a discount for the zoo. We have an aquarium here in town and ballpark. So much fun stuff for them to do.
They did like a temp course on one of the ball fields, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And I believe the soccer team is in town this weekend. So hoping these kids take a break from the stress of the long week of golf and get out and enjoy Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Strong hole for these ladies. 1 to go.
No one kissed the whale.
All right, we're closing things out on a short technical hole here, par 3, 220 feet.
Yeah, bringing it back, reminding us what the front 9 look like. Must find a gap, maybe taking that putter or mid just straight down this very tight fairway. Basket slightly to the left.
Pretty straightforward. That's just that one fairway really to take to get there.
That is sometimes difficult, though. You know, they were able to open it up and be a little more free with their releases. So now having to really find that point that you're aiming at and hit this gap to close it out. And that's kind of been, I think, Chloe's only downfall is release point has been off on several holes. That has really cost her such a beautiful round.
Oh.
There's another late release, but maybe you just find your own fairway.
Maybe.
That might
choose your own adventure.
220 feet, just forward progress. You may have a look. There's a clean hit. Oh, I wanted to see that ride it all the way there. So that's going to give Ida a look. She has incredible putt.
And Chloe
I love it. Yeah.
To the right, gets the kiss, back towards the green.
Again, in her range to try to save par. Everyone in this group showing us incredible putting skills.
Rebecca off here, way right of the fairway.
Just not able to get around that last little grouping of trees. She had such a solid round going. Wanted to see her close this out.
Her and Virginia have been battling for that top spot throughout this entire round. And Virginia getting a little bit of a wonky release there to the right.
And I would have to think not only are they tired, but kind of hot and exhausted.
Beautiful sportsmanship here.
Right? I love it. Getting that knee pad. You do not want to kneel on this stuff. This is such a hard lie for that forehand. She's got the tree right in front of her. Not a problem.
Very well done. High level shot there for sure.
100%. And another beautiful touch shot.
Putting her right inside the circle there for the bogey look. She doesn't love it, but
that's the exhaustion too. Yeah. You know, like it is so humid. Like heat is one thing, but humidity and heat is draining. And you throw in the mental exhaustion of this.
Yeah.
Like these girls have the pressure of the first round. They're battling it out. Oh, that's fatigue. That would have dropped. Yeah. Like that was a Virginia perfect putt.
See if Chloe's got one more big putt left in her. Oh,
yes, she does. That is the strongest spin putt I have seen in a while. It looks so great.
Very direct.
And you can only do that when you are 100% confident. Because if she misses left or right, it's gone. So she is a strong, confident putter. She's going to dial in those release points, and I think we're going to still see a very hot round from Chloe this week.
Rebecca closing out with the bogey to bring her to 3 under so far on the tournament. Virginia with the bogey as well, dropping her to 4.
I think we are in tune for some great golf. We have 4 more rounds that we are going to witness.
Yeah, there you see the final results for our card here. Virginia and Rebecca at the top so far. Take a look at the overall leaderboard after round 1. You see Trinity, Bryant, Kayla, Hess in the mix, Allison, Bachaka.
These are names we're used to. I think this is going to be exciting.
Yeah, make sure to come on back to check out the rest of the action here for the 2024 Junior World Championships. Thanks so much for joining.